How you catch bees. I'm going to give you a quick tutorial here. So right there, that is there's the swarm. It was about half an hour ago. It was just nothing but bees everywhere out here, and then I noticed that I had hoped that they had landed in that tree. And once they get into a place where they can kind of hang out, then you know, you can see the other bees are flying in and out. They're trying to find a new home. But I have got a setup right there, and it's got brand new frames in it, and I've got some sugar water on it. So hopefully, you know, sometimes they can find things and they get interested in it, and then I've seen them go right into a hive before, but I think these guys are gonna, being in the middle of an afternoon right now, it's kind of dicey. Sometimes you can get them into the hive and then they'll just come right back out again. But timing is everything. So I think what I'm gonna do is try to get these guys now. So the plan is, where this tree is, I think we're gonna set this hive up on a piece of plywood and some sawhorses to get it up. And then I'm just going to take that tree and bend it over, bump it once, and that whole cluster of bees will drop down into that hive, and with the feeder and everything on there, and we'll plug up the entrance with some grass and stuff like that. But that should hold them. There's a lot of bees here. I don't know, there's probably 3,000-4,000 bees. That's a big swarm. It didn't come from mine. Mine are they're busy over there, but they're pretty quiet, so this is a good thing. So I'll get set up here. All right, we got our protective gear on, and now we've got the sawhorses with the hive sitting on top of it, and the bees. I'm going to tip that tree right over and right into that box. Trust me, not a lot of swarms are this easy. They're usually up a lot higher, or they're in trees that you can't deal with, and you know, there's different obstacles. You can use like a brush or a broom to kind of scrape them off and put them into a hive, but the best thing is to get it onto a stand so it's there and you don't have to mess with it until you're ready to move them. So all right, I'm going to start the video, and this is it's going to be on YouTube whether it's good or bad. So all right, so let me pause this video for a minute. I realize I didn't really narrate some of the stuff here. So what you're seeing in that bunch, that cluster of bees, in the middle of that is a queen, and the whole reason that they're protecting the queen from all the elements, and basically all the bees are sticking together as they're trying to find a new home. So they left their old home for a number of reasons. Sometimes there's just too many bees in the old home. Sometimes there's a new queen that gets
reared, and then but swarms are nature's way of propagating bees, basically. And so it's a whole new family, and they get started, and they move out, and they go to a new tree, or sometimes in a house, or mostly trees. But basically, so what we want to do is to, in order to successfully capture that swarm and put it into a beehive, we need to get the queen and most of the bees with the queen into the new home. Once the queen moves around and inspects the new premise, the new dwelling, then generally they'll stay. So if it's not satisfactory, they will leave just as fast as you got them there. Um, so we'll give it a shot. All right, so they're getting a little excited here. I know something's about to happen, but let's see. I think we're ready. Should have got it close enough, and now that just dump them right in there. Okay, so the first thing I have to do here on this is I got to take some frames out of the hive in order for to make room so when the bees drop in there, the big clump drops in and they just don't bounce all over the place. So the frame in a hive, the hive is a box, and the frame are basically the walls of the hive, and those things are actually made out of beeswax, and the bees pull, they draw out the beeswax to make the comb, and they store pollen, honey, and in this case, this is where they'll have they'll lay eggs to make more bees. So, anyways, what I'm doing here is to put some sugar water on them and get them prepared. Check this out. You gotta put some sugar water on it. Get them interested. Alright, here we go. Alright, so we got most of the bees in there. There's still lots of them flying around. Doing it in the middle of the day like this is kind of tricky, but if you look, I think the big deal is to get that queen. Once you get the queen in there, then I believe they'll find their way in there. Let's open this entrance up a little bit. There you go, guys. Now you can get in there. You see them walking in? No mama's in there. And in about 10 minutes, all of these bees will be inside that hive, and they should be fairly happy. It's a nice brand new hive, got lots of good beeswax. All these guys are just hanging out. They don't really not real aggressive at this point. They want to find a new home at this point. So kind of waiting instruction as to what's next. You see them, they'll probably crawl underneath the hive all the way to the front and make their way in. So I'm gonna open this up just a hair. Got them in. Alright, so checking on them one last time. It looks like they found the sugar water, which is exactly what we want them to do. So, getting some food there. I think they're pretty well happy. There's still a few, not many zooming around, but I think they realize they got a new home and everything is good. Setup worked really good. So tonight what we'll do, we'll put a bungee cord or a strap around it, and then take it over to where the permanent location will be, over in the bee yard. So anyways, all right, so last night we did not get the beehive over to where I wanted it to be. Get it? Anyways, we thought it was going to rain today and there was going to be some other stuff, so I thought we'll just leave it sit and let them get used to it, and so everything's good. It's funny that the bees themselves, they do all kinds of crazy stuff, and the grass that we put in the entrance, they've completely removed it, and it was raining really terrible this morning, so but now it's nice and warm, and they're out gathering and getting pollen and nectar, and I think they like their new home. So anyways, that's how you capture a swarm. It's kind of cool. It's really fascinating, and I love doing it. Alright, enough playing with the bees. Now we're on to the next project, gardening.